Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Aquarius April 18, 2022. Today's Mercury-Saturn influence can work for and against you, or a bit of both, depending on how it plays out. It's a minor aspect that tends to put the spotlight on small inconveniences. There can be a real focus on flaws, but it can lead to valuable edits. Misunderstandings or delays that you hadn't anticipated can figure strongly. If a problem is out of your control, try to focus on those things you're able to make right or take a break from overthinking before returning to problem areas. Fortunately, partnership and family matters combine in pleasing, creative ways as the day advances, which feels reinforcing. You also have an eye for what needs to change in order to make your daily life more efficient and fulfilling. The House of Love is under the energy of Pisces, which gives you a lot of romance and a lot of creativity and imagination in love. All this feeds, maintains, and gives a loving sensuality to your relationship. Today can be a confusing day for you, as people who have always been grumpy can suddenly become friendly. Your colleagues can encourage you to join in on their pranks and share your stories with them. At home, some family members who have been emotionally distant may suddenly come closer and want to be with you. It will be nice to see people in good spirits today, which will lift your spirits. Years ago, you and your partner made sacrifices to be able to live together. This beautiful gesture could well be reproached to you today. To defuse the crisis, try to understand what is worrying your spouse. Single natives will have everything to gain by asking for assistance from a loved one. Advice: a network of acquaintances. What if your best friend turned into a Cupid? You might as well put your arrows in the hands of someone who knows you pretty well. A sentimental situation takes shape. In love, you haven't been very expressive until now, but you're starting to need to express yourself and get messages across. Now might be the right time. In a relationship, emotionally, an evolution presents itself to you. You are not at the end of your surprises. Sweetness and projects are on the agenda for the day. The opportunities that come to you bring their share of strong emotions. The day is promising. Your self-love rituals have been at the top of your mind lately. Though you're typically the people-pleasing type, given your innate desire to compromise and meet your significant others halfway, the cosmos is urging you to do the necessary healing and take care of business at this time. Fortunately, with Mercury igniting your relationship sector, you are more vocally expressive than usual, perhaps even a bit impulsive with your delivery, but communication is essential. This is especially true as the Moon will join Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces, via your responsible 6th house of daily rituals, adding a layer of elusiveness to your day. How can you invest in your professional joys and self-expression? Committing to your passions or side hustle can become a full-time job when Venus in Pisces squares the North Node in Scorpio. Venus is ready to go all in with the creative opportunities that allow you to flourish as a professional. But the square with the North Node indicates that you may have to be open to compromise if you want to go through with these passions. You can have it all at work, but not without making some allowances to make whatever you want to do work for you. A friendly handshake between the Moon, in its final hours in your work sector, and the South Node in your income sector comes just as there is also a chance to test the waters on the job front. There has been a gear change since the Sun left your work sector 10 days ago, but rather than changing down a gear, they are going up a gear. Positive conditions on the income and job fronts today are just a taste of things to come. Never forget that other people cannot read your mind. If you don't feel well and are a bit annoyed with yourself, don't take it out on your loved ones. Take time to talk to them and listen to the advice of family and friends. You have a couple big ideas for the future, but today's not the day to get started on any new projects. Today's the day to follow up on a couple things you already have cooking. If you're overly confident, with complete belief in your capabilities concerning most aspects of your life, such an inflated opinion of yourself combined with a rather superior attitude does not go down very well with anyone you meet and is off-putting. Naturalness and openness are far better approaches to embrace. Pacing yourself is the name of the game. Whether you have just started an exercise regimen or been at it for a while, pay attention to your pace. If you are beginning a new health practice, make it relatively easy to manage, so you can keep on doing it. Don't press yourself too hard in the beginning. Remember, you are building a habit. Likewise, when you have been doing something for a while, it's important to press yourself gradually further into it, increasing the pace, so that you stay interested. This day will enhance your ability to get out and find more creative ways to bring fulfillment to your life. This is definitely not the day to huddle up in the house and isolate yourself. There are plenty of better days for this. Make some plans to go out and do something different and artistic today. Take in an exhibit, visit a museum, or go see a play. Do whatever appeals to you, and make the most of your time. Our eyes in the sky. The Scorpio moon links up with wild card Uranus, which can infuse the day with a jolt of energy. Your emotions might not be the most predictable now, so take some time to do a grounding meditation or stretch before you continue with your day. Luckily, the energy here doesn't encounter much discord, so any surprises are likely to be good ones. Unfortunately, we could begin to see some cosmic conflict unfold later due to the changeable emotions that Uranus brings. This could make you feel as though your emotions are being repressed, and staying on top of your routine could prove difficult. If you're having a hard time managing your time, remember to be gentle and patient with yourself and others. You could also find that people are more standoffish now, but it's important that you not take this personally. It likely has nothing to do with you. Watch out for emotional spending right now as well. Don't blow your budget if you find yourself perusing your favorite online stores. As the evening rolls in, the energy becomes much more easygoing, and you'll have the opportunity to relax and release any stress or tension from the day. In the morning, the Scorpio moon aligns with Uranus, provoking erratic behavior. We might receive information that prompts us to act out of character. Perhaps an intuitive or psychic hit demands that we suddenly shift the way we are doing things. As with any reactive impulse, we should seek to determine the origin of the stimulus. Are we leading with intention or allowing ourselves to be led out of anxiety? Are we permitting triggering feelings to hijack our decision-making abilities? We might be faced with an outside event over which we have no control. Conflicts with family members can be the culprit, in which case it is always reasonable to ask for time to process before coming to the table to have a difficult discussion. Ceres in Gemini assists us in nurturing through speech, conversation, and holding space for others' opinions, nuances, and quirks. Yet Gemini care is not a matter of parroting, but of celebrating variety. We are not helpful when we mindlessly agree with another's opinions or chosen courses of action. We assist by offering our own perspective as a point of comparison. We assist by showing up, speaking our truth, and being a good listener for another who is questioning their personal process. Remember that advice does not need to be sugar-coated to be impactful. Being ourselves is the best way to be a support system. Oftentimes, others will find answers on their own if their conversational partner is present as they unpack their concerns.